Okay, and we're live. All right, welcome everyone to the second installment of our MotoQuest webinar series on Japan. I'm Brent Wallace. I'm going to be your moderator today. I'm with Acorn Woods Communications. And with me, I have Phil Freeman from MotoQuest. He's the founder, actually. And we also have Chie, who is calling to us live from Japan. She's the support driver for our Japan Three-Island adventure. Hi, Chie.
Hi, good afternoon.
All right. Cool. And we also have a couple of the tour participants for the upcoming adventure. We've got Janet here. Say hi, Janet.
Hello.
And we've got John, a.k.a. Rex, who is a MotoQuest veteran here. All right. And we have a couple other guys here who don't seem to be on the video call, but hopefully we can get them participating soon. So this time around, I think since last time we covered a lot of the technical details of traveling in Japan, we wanted to focus a little bit more specifically on this adventure that's coming up, the Three Island. So, Phil, why don't you tell us a little bit about the adventure and some of the bikes that are available?
Okay, well, it's 8 days of riding, and it encompasses three of the major Japanese islands, southern islands, Kyushu, Honshu, and Shikoku. And we focus on really good riding roads. So really the route was designed by a lot of different Japanese riders putting their 2 cents worth in. So it's very scenic, very mountainous. We stay at a variety of different kinds of lodges, from traditional Japanese ryokans or travel lodges to just secluded cabins on beaches in pine forests. So it's a kind of nice mix. What stands out in this particular trip is that we don't see very many foreigners for the entire trip. We have a support van driven by Chie, who's with us, and she speaks excellent English, but she also brings to the table the ability to just talk about Japanese culture, way of life, and so it's not only just a ride, but it's a great way to learn about the Japanese culture. And then the bikes that we use, actually Chie is the organizer for that, and she helps us with a bunch of different types of bikes. The base bike for this trip is a Honda CB400, and then you can upgrade to like a Triumph Tiger or a BMW touring bike of 1,000 cc's. We have a whole mixed bag in the fleet, so really there's only a few bikes that are about the same type with each other, and then there's types that you've never even seen before that are only sold in Japan.
Sounds great. Chia, can you tell us a little bit about the bikes that are on offer here? I know that CB400 sounded pretty cool.
For the base motorcycle, we have CB400. We also have Kawasaki BL4N as a base bike too. And as for the upgrade motorcycle, we have a Triumph Bonneville, Triumph Tiger, and a F600 650. GS and R100 all. So we have a variety of motorcycle coming up with our motorcycle lineups.
Sounds great. So we had somebody send in a question actually that had to do with how some of the rain gear and preparations that they can get from the shop when they rent the bikes. What kind of upgrades do you have available and accessories for the trip?
Well, for the rain gear, we have a few rain gear, size XL and L available. And also in a booklet, we don't have the tank bags, but we have 3 tank bags you can lend it from us if you like to.
Okay, great.
It's first come, first basis, so.
Okay, good to know. So if you hear that, sign up early, grab your bags early.
What I usually tell people too, Brent, is that all these bikes are not equipped with tank bags, or most of them do not have side bags. However, for example, in John and Janet's case, they do have side bags available, so they can carry their daily stuff. But like the base bike, if you have it, you want to bring maybe a waterproof style bag to be strapped on the back of the seat of your bike, and also you might consider bringing your own tank bag, like a universal fit style tank bag that you can strap on and use on your own bike. just to guarantee that you have, all the gear that you want. And that's what I usually do. I'll pre-pack my tank bag, and then I'll just strap it on to whatever bike that they have for me there.
Okay, great. Robert actually just typed in a question in the chat here. Does the BMW F650 have an electric power socket? That's actually a really good question, and I think we should kind of apply that to all the bikes. Which ones do come with that?
Oh, is it for the GPS or for the camera that you like to use it for?
He didn't say, but it might be good to know both ways.
Okay. Could you give me like 10 seconds? I will come back.
Sure.
Because the bike is right over there.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, he did mention that it was for the heated jacket liner, so we'll mention that when she comes back. But that's a great question, Robert. Thanks. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah, that's probably well, let's see. The other standard bikes like the CB400s, you need a battery tender in order to, fire up your electronics. And that might even be the case for the BMW that John and Janet are on, because it's a little bit of an older model. So if you really want to rely on electronics, you're never going to fail by having a battery tender or a battery splitter to put against the battery. And when we set up our bikes and we're about to leave, we have a fleet of mechanics going around just helping, so we can always make sure that everything's set up properly. Go ahead, Chie.
Yeah, it has a AX socket in front of the handlebar, so next to the key.
Okay,
so
perfect. And that would work for a heated jacket liner. Robert actually updated his question with a specific. Okay, so it would work. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. How you guys doing over there, Janet? John, you got any questions so far?
Oh no, we're doing good. We don't intend on bringing electric here.
Okay.
Yeah, Phil, I'm sure you'll get to this is just talking about the equipment, but, and I know you can't predict weather, but in your experience on these trips, have you found that you have a lot of cold weather or a lot of rain gear, a lot of rain? Or I know to expect everything.
You really do, and Japan's a funny time of year because we have had many typhoons. And just substantial rain for a couple days. We've had absolutely clear weather the entire time with mid-70s degree, temperatures. And I've also picked up people at the airport and it's been snowing. So it's had everything. So really, if you prepare for everything, and if you consider we're going to be going south at first, so we're going to be getting into even lower latitudes. It does generally get warmer as the week progresses, and then we're also going to be riding some roads that climb thousands of feet up in altitude, so the temperature will drop during the day as well. And really, a lot of the itinerary depends on weather. If it's really, really rough and cold or something like this, we'll go an alternate route just to make sure that we're a little bit warmer and more comfortable. But do prepare for rain. Don't even pretend. It may rain on us, and it usually does at least one day.
Okay.
Cool. Robert just came in with another question here, asking how you get from the Plaza Hotel to Tsuyama.
That's a fun day. Can I answer that one, Chie?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. That's a fun day because what we'll do is when we get into Okayama, we spend the first day and we go look at the Black Castle and the garden there, which is one of three prime gardens of its kind in the entire country. It's just a wonderful cultural day. Then in the afternoon, we all transfer to the town of Tsuyama, where Chie is right now. And it's a small farming town in the middle of the island, and there's two ways to get there. Usually somebody will volunteer to go with Chie because she's driving the support vehicle, and then the rest of the group comes with me, and we take a local train, which is just a single car with a diesel engine, and it takes us right into the countryside. So it's just an interesting, it's about 2 hours, isn't it, Chie, that ride to get to Yama by local train?
No, an hour to 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You could see lots of rice field, the cherries blossom just starting blooming, so it'll be fun.
Robert's got another question here. Do you need a train pass to take that train?
No, well, yes, we do, but we'll arrange all that on the fly. In fact, I'm going to do a little seminar as to how to buy a local train ticket.
Oh, okay, that works. Okay, cool. Now, Janet, I know earlier you mentioned that one of the things that you were a little bit concerned about was the food, actually. Phil, would you want to put that one to rest?
Okay, sure. We've had people on this trip that actually do not like sushi or don't want to eat it, and we have sushi offered usually every night. The meals are amazing. They're multi-course affairs with dozens of options, and all of it is very good and good for you, actually. And the ones that we've had riders that don't eat meat and they don't want sushi, yet they find a way, no problem, to eat more than enough every meal. And when we stop for lunches, there's a whole different kind of variety of foods that are that you've seen, over here that are offered in Japanese restaurants. But you're going to see a lot of stuff you've never seen. But mostly, by the end of the week, most people are just very satisfied with what they've seen because there's such a variety. The dinners are included for the most part in the package, so we basically go to a banquet hall and it's usually exclusive to just our group, and everything is laid out. You never really have to look at a menu. Everything's brought right in front of you, and it keeps coming.
Chie, any recommendations from a local?
Well, Oh, well, I'm pretty sure you all enjoy our Japanese dinner. And if you find anything that this looks funny, I don't know what it is, just ask me.
Right.
Because we had a customer from United States that she has an allergy to gluten. So, but each hotels in the ryokan, even on the day we told them that she has allergy to gluten, they prepare the dinner for her. So even if you have any allergy to any food, just let me know. I will talk with the person in charge for cooking and arrange for a special dinner for you.
Perfect. Great. That's really helpful. Okay, so we've talked a bunch about the food and the travel and packing and all that. Let's talk. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a question there, John?
Additional question about the food. What do we expect? We end the day. We arrive at our lodging for the evening, and then we get off the bikes, and we have some time to clean up and get ready, relax, whatever. And then, will we be dining at the same place where we're lodging, or will we then go to another place and have dinner?
This is a good question, John. And this actually is a good question because it goes into packing and preparation. In Japan, it's pretty standard that when you get to your room, there's going to be a kimono or a gown that you use within the confines of the hotel. Where we stay, we generally eat in the same hotel, so you do not leave the hotel. In fact, all you need to do is put on your kimono, and you usually will have enough time to go enjoy the hot natural baths and then go to dinner, all in the same kimono. And the main comment I got from riders in the past is that why should I pack so much when they already dress me when I get to my hotel room?
So we should expect every night we'll be dining where we're staying?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, very good.
Robert has another question about those baths that you mentioned, Phil.
Okay.
What do you do if you're maybe a little bit bashful?
Let me talk about what happens on the men's side. I've never been on the women's side, so maybe Chie can help on that side. But the men and women's baths, natural hot springs are a huge element to the Japanese culture. And it is a place where the Japanese culture can be together without any social status or any difference. And there's literally thousands of natural hot springs all over. There's more than you could go to in a lifetime. And many of these hotels that we're staying at have it right in the hotel. They segregate the baths, men and women. And so when you go to the bath, you're going to be in with your own gender. And it is absolutely no clothing. In fact, I sent with the information a little link, and you can go to a YouTube and say, how do I take a bath? And it'll have a step-by-step how to do it. But I can tell you, even if you're bashful, it's okay. You just kind of get used to it. You usually have a big towel and a little towel for the men's side. The big towel stays in your locker. You take all of your clothes off. You take the little towel, and we used to call it a modesty towel because you can kind of drape it over your areas. And you go into the baths, and the first thing you're going to see is rows of little stalls and little seats with shower heads full on with shampoo and soap. And what you want to do is you want to rinse off. So you sit down on one of those little stools, you fully rinse yourself off, and then you take your little modesty towel, and you'll see how they use it. You just kind of go over and start dipping into the various baths. You try to be careful not to submerge the towel, the little towel, in the water. I may be wrong or right on this. Chie can confirm with me, but generally they keep the towel out of the water. And then you just kind of go about your business. And then when you're done with all of the different pools, indoors and outdoors, and the sauna and the cold pool and all that, then you go back to the stalls, and then you can do your shampoo, your soap, and then you're done. You go back to the locker rooms. Chie, what do they do on the women's side?
Well, women tend to take a longer soaking time. I mean, I could be in the hot spring for about 30 minutes, but it's us. So I noticed some women from outside will take a few minutes in, few minutes out, and come back and they do a couple times and warms up. And I think that's the kind of way we do here. I mean, you can take a longer.
Can I ask a question? So
Sure,
on
go
the
ahead.
on the women's side, women take longer with their hair afterwards. So let's say a hair dryer. Do I go back to my room to style myself, or do I have to do everything in a little towel?
The hotel that we are going to stay, I think only one hotel doesn't have a hair dryer in their onsen room. So just one room, hotel, you have to hair dry your hair in your room. But other than that, they have everything.
They have it in the shower area or back in your room?
Where you can change your clothes. They have a chair, they have a mirror, they have a hair dryer. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to clarify, not in your room, but back in the hot springs area, mostly. You'll have a hair dryer there.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, Janet, John, you guys good so far? You have any more questions?
I'm good with the hot springs. So looking
Okay.
forward.
What destination are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know one from the other, honestly, so I'm just looking forward to all the exoticness of it.
All right. Well, Phil, you've done this trip a whole bunch. What's your favorite destination on the tour?
Oh, that's hard to say. All of them are a little bit different, but I have to say that Shikoku, which is the last island that we ride on, it's really a dream come true when it comes to just vibrant topography, and it's beautiful. But there's a place that we stay on Kyushu that I really like, and it turns out really good for us, is those cabins. And that's the one night that we don't have hot springs available, but what we do have is our own cabins on a little white sandy wine glass beach, and it's in a grove of pine trees, and it's very secluded. And what we'll do is Chie will round up anybody who's interested, and she'll go into the nearest town to a supermarket, and she's going to buy all sorts of good barbecue stuff, and we're going to have ourselves a traditional Japanese barbecue. And it's fun. Everybody gathers around. We get some hot coals going, and then sometimes there's some social lubrication going around. And then we just we all communally put a meal together, and it seems to go over really well.
Cool. All right. Well, Robert, you have any more questions?
Places. Can I ask back on the more traditional lodging? The rooms are, from the way you've described them, it sounds like they're pretty sparse. So you go in and there's pretty much nothing in there? I mean, can you charge your phones in there? Is there any place to put your equipment and your luggage and stuff?
I see. Yeah, it's a good question, Janet, because I've done this trip so many times, I forget how different it really is, and that's a great question. In the traditional Japanese lodges, you're going to have a room that's either a door or a sliding door that goes into a tatami area, and the tatami room is very sparsely decorated. Generally, what the Japanese will have is these seats that sit on the floor with a low table, and that will be your social area. And you'll go, where the heck is the bed? I've had people go to their room and turn around and go, Bill, where's the bed? Where's the bed? And the deal is what happens is when we all get together and go to dinner, then the hotel staff will go to your room, they'll take the chairs and the seat and they'll put them to the side of the room, and they'll open up these sliding doors and they'll bring out the futons and prepare your futons on the floor. So when you come back, boom, you have your tatami room and your bed is all ready for you. So that is something that you won't see anywhere else. It's quite unique to Japan, and it's very normal there.
So is that the room that the luggage will get delivered to? Is that the room that we bring our luggage into?
You'll have enough room for your luggage to be able to explode it out and go through your stuff. So you won't have any trouble for space. I've never heard anybody. But there's one thing I will say that I've heard is that sometimes at some of the hotels, the pillow is filled with beans, and it's very normal there. So you're sleeping on a pillow full of beans, okay? And it's not the most comfortable for most people. So I would highly recommend that if you have a pillow situation, like if it doesn't seem comfortable, you might want to bring your own pillow. It can't hurt, and we have plenty of space.
Okay, does the service vehicle have plenty of space? So when we bring our luggage, are we going to have to leave a large bag back at the original hotel, or is there plenty of space in the service vehicle?
We usually bring it all, don't we, Chie? There's plenty of room. It's an 11-passenger van, and so we fill that up with everybody's luggage.
Okay.
So we don't have to transfer luggage into a waterproof bag?
No, there's absolutely no element of sketchiness involved in this particular
trip. Very good.
And there's plenty of room in these rooms for the larger pieces that we might have.
Yeah, but the thing is what you'll find is you won't use that much clothes either because of the nature of that kimono being there ready for you.
Now, Robert's got a question here about the day trip to Hiroshima. Do you want to lay out some details on that, Phil?
Sure. Chie and I will be around for this, of course, and this is really a treat, and I think it's a must for everybody for just education. But what we do, and it's all included, is that we have high-speed train tickets ready, and what we'll do as a group is we'll go to the train station, we'll get on a high-speed train, and we'll be going like 180 miles an hour for just over an hour or just around an hour to Hiroshima, something like this. We arrive in Hiroshima. We're going to take public transit to the dome, the famed dome. And what we'll do is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go right to where the bomb was let off. And we're going to stand right underneath where they let it off. And then from there we're going to go to the famed dome, and then we're going to walk over to the Peace Park. And everybody has a chance to go through the museum there. And then afterwards, Chie does an amazing job. We put together a little picnic for everybody, and this is generally right on the river there, underneath the cherry blossoms. She'll prepare a blanket to lay out, and we'll have a little bit of a lunch right there. And it's a really cool day. It's just a way to unwind and also get a bit of reflection on the trip, and also humanity. For what it's worth, standing there and seeing a vibrant city compared to what you saw from the photos and the displays inside the memorial. It's a very heavy day too, emotionally, to be honest, but I think it's a must, and everybody seems to very much enjoy it. It takes all day.
Okay. That sounds like a hell of a day. I mean, that sounds like a really cool trip. Okay, do we have any other questions? We're touching about the end of our time here.
I have a question about the riding. Will there be a sweep rider and a lead rider, or how's it all going to happen?
Oh, Rex. What's going to happen here is that we have Mr. Hirata. He's not on the call with us right now, but he is been guiding this trip. He'll be the lead guide. He'll be reading all the kanji signs and preparing all the stops and all of that. He leads at a very legal pace, and the speed limit is not very. You can't go very fast there legally, and in Japan it's very highly regulated. So it's really more of a smell the roses and look at the scenery type ride for the most part. I will be running sweep bike, so I'll be the last in line. We use the buddy system like always at each of the corners because there are a lot of different turns throughout in order for us to stay on the best roads. And then Chie will be driving the van behind me. So in case any of the sheep shall take off in another direction, we'll coordinate to try to bring them back and get them in line. There's a couple days that we get in early, and this is a great chance for you to just go out and ride yourself. There's one in particular on the Shikoku Island that you can ride out to the peninsula and to the lighthouse by yourself at sunset. It's an awesome way just to poke around, and you can do it on your own. And we also come to the cabins one night on Kyushu about 2 o'clock. We arrive, and you can take off up the coast or down the coast and just kind of ride on your own. Yeah, like
that. Those days that we get to ride on our own, is the lodging in a place that it's easy to find, or will there be a GPS on the bike, or is there a landmark that's going to make it easy to get back to where we were?
Oh, I see. Well, we're going to take you to the hotel first. So then you'll just start from the hotel, and then you'll just go do your own ride. And we can pour over a map, but it's very simple. Like, for example, on the peninsula, you really can't go anywhere. You go down to the end of the peninsula one way and come back the other. So
Right. Very good.
I just have 2 quick questions. I'll just say them quick, and you can answer. Is the service vehicle with us the whole time? Do we have access to the service vehicle during the day? And how long are the riding days typically?
Chie, you want to go ahead and answer that? Oh, can you answer that one about the service vehicle?
Service vehicle? I will be the last one on the tour. So anything you want to pick up the things from the van, just park your motorcycle outside and just wave your hand out, and I will stop, and then you can pick it up, get what you want, or you want to take off your jacket because it's getting warmer. Do the same.
Okay, thank you.
I would say we would have 4 to 6 hours of riding as well.
Okay.
And then there were some questions from Bob about will Chie teach Japanese?
Yeah. One thing that can you write your name in Japanese, in kanji? If not, then maybe we can come up with a great new Chinese character for you in Japanese.
Okay. Any more questions here before we take off?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, I'd like to thank all of our viewers and everyone participating here for joining us for today's webinar. Everyone else that's watching, you can learn more about this adventure by checking out MotoQuest's website at motoquest.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. All right. Thanks again, everybody.
All right. See you guys in Japan. See you
That's
Chie
right.
very soon.
Yeah.
Yoroshiku.